So let's do a little bit of meditation for a moment. So just make yourself comfortable, sit up nice and tall. It's natural, I'm finding, to lean forward just because it's like the weight pulls you a little bit more forward. So see if you can just lean back a hair, make it comfortable, head stacked. As we're taking good deep breaths in and out. Allow yourself to imagine your heart. Nice and strong, beating for you right in your chest. Around 20% of its work is to send that blood down to the baby. Lots of work for us. Imagine encompassing your heart around with a beautiful color that helps keep it strong and healthy. Maybe it's a gold, a silver, or maybe it's your favorite color. And imagine your baby's heart started beating maybe even before you knew you were pregnant. And imagine this having a beautiful golden thread connecting your heart to your baby's heart. And imagine through that golden thread, you can send emotions, teaching it what the world is like. And you can send even wishes. So if there's a big emotion, you hope the baby understands more than anything else, maybe love, or happiness. Or if you have wishes for your baby, imagine sending those wishes. I wish you the happiest life ever. I wish you abundance. And then send a couple of those thoughts to your baby. Know that the world is a good place. No matter how crazy it is, sometimes it's a good place. And over the next couple of breaths, we're going to work on lengthening our breath. This is a breath that can be very useful during contractions. What we're going to do is, in your mind, count as fast as you can and see how many counts you can get during your inhales and your exhales. Inhales, exhales about equal in length. So maybe you're doing pretty good if you can get 20 counts for your inhale and then 20 counts for your exhale, but let it constantly flow. So a huge inhale. Whenever it's ready to exhale, just let it go slow, but counting fast in your mind. Let it connect right to that next inhale. About 3 more of those very deep, slow breaths. More cycle. Returning back to natural when that one finishes. Taking a moment to strengthen pelvic floor, we'll do some Kegels. We're going to hold for a count of 10. I'll count it. Kegels can be done, there's kind of 3 good visualizations. So one is just holding your pee. Another one is imagining sucking a blueberry up into your vagina. And then a third one is imagining a string between vagina and belly button and then trying to just shorten that. So whatever visualization works best for you. We're going to do 5 rounds. I'll count down. Y'all wait for you to drink your water. Stay hydrated. But we'll do 5 rounds with a little break in between. So when you're ready, we'll start the first one. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Just hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those muscles. Take a breath. On number 2, here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Number 3, here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Number 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And number 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We'll do a second Kegel exercise, again, 5 rounds. This time, during the countdown of 10, you're gonna do as many little pulses as you can. So maybe it's gonna be like, maybe you can get 10 in, maybe you can get 15, I don't know, just see what you can get each time. And so it's that same little squeeze. It's not so much the anus, but it's trying to just squeeze that part, pulsing in and out. So ready? Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Round number 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Number 3, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Number 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. One more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So heading into some seated stretches. You can stay on the bolster or you can slip off. We're going into cobbler's pose. Bottoms of feet together. You get to choose how far or how close the heels are, just based on what feels good today. You're welcome to stay up tall. Some days I'll even take my hands behind me to kind of arch the heart up. If you'd like to tilt forward and it doesn't feel like too much pressure today, feel free to release down. I love this one for how it can help those low back muscles start to stretch a little. Rolling the spine up. Let's straighten out the right leg. Twist just to the inside, so belly will go just to the inside of that thigh and start to lean toward that right leg. Walk the hands into the center. And then walking the hands in enough that you can get that right leg to tuck back behind you. Perfect. And then plant your hands to the left, so you should be facing toward the back door. Yeah, there you go. I'm not mirroring you, in case you're wondering. I get so confused left and right if I'm mirrors. This one's a nice twist because it can help to get a little bit into the hip. Just twist as much as your spine feels. You return back forward. Keep the leg tucked like this. Have the right hand grab the right ankle. Let the right ear drop to right shoulder. And then your left hand is going to briefly reach up and over. Keep dropping the ear down to shoulder. And then the left hand is going to start to return to hover just above the ground. What that does is pull that left shoulder a little bit longer. So you're getting a good left neck and left shoulder stretch. And rise back up. Get the hands to plant behind you. We're leaning backward until we feel that right quad stretch. So some of us might just stay on our hands. If you want to lower an elbow to bolster or ground, if it feels good, start with the left elbow. If you don't need it, no pressure. Sometimes a little tailbone scoop under is all it takes to really feel that quad stretch. Walking back in, let's swivel back open to another cobbler. Maybe you want to lean forward again, or maybe you want a different variation this time. Your feet are in a new position. We're lifting up enough that the left leg can open out. Twist so that belly's just on the inner thigh, and then lean forward toward the leg. The hands into the center, reaching forward. And always know, if you ever find like the good stretch, you don't have to rush right out of it. You can stay a little longer. Walking in enough that we can tuck that left leg back. From there, plant hands to the right. Lifting as much as feels good. Spine, your hip. Back forward, left hand grabs left ankle. Left ear drops to left shoulder as right hand reaches up and over. Start to let that hand drop any amount until you feel the right shoulder and the right neck in a good pull. Head rises. Let's walk backwards until our quad, that left quad is stretching. So if you're not quite there, remember tailbone scooping under like an ice cream scoop, kind of that tuck of the dog's tail will get you right into the quad. Another good breath in. And out. Beautiful. So swivel this leg back open. Take one more of these cobbler poses. It's an easy tilting forward, maybe a bit deeper than before. And as we rise back up, let's shift our legs underneath us to kneeling. Sometimes it's nice to put the blanket under the knees if you like. When you get there, let's take some cat-cows. So with our exhale, the spine rounds up to the sky. With the inhale, the belly drops down, gains up. Don't feel like this is a rushing movement. It's nice and slow with that breath. One more round. Beautiful. Back to neutral with the spine. The right toes will slide to the back of the mat. We're taking a right calf stretch. So I'll walk my hands forward and then press until I can feel that calf stretch. Sometimes I have to lift up the other knee. I need to press so far to actually feel it. So it's up to you how deep you need. The right calf stretching. And then from here, that right foot swivels off the left side of the mat, so it's crossing over. When you're there, gaze over your left shoulder at those toes, and that helps to push our hips to the right. We're getting a little bit of a right outer thigh stretch. For me, by gazing over the shoulder, that adds that last little touch. Good. And then back to neutral with the spine. Let this foot circle all the way around until it's planted at the right side. Come up high. Yeah, you can always move blocks and stuff if it's in the way. Okay, slide your right hand down the right leg, left hand reaches up and over. And rising up. Have a block close by just in case you want it for this next one. Have both kind of within easy reach. I like to use them just whatever is convenient. But slide that right foot in a little bit more so it's got a almost a 90-degree angle. And then what we're going to do is a side lunge. So start to scoot your weight that way. If it feels good to rest hands on the leg, that's fine. Resting on the block or the floor. Just let that hip open. Beautiful. Hips go back in the center. Let the legs straighten back out and drop down to elbows on the floor. From here, I like to flatten the spine as much as possible. I imagine the sitting bones and I try to point them even more to the back wall. If you want a little more stretch here, you can inch the elbows a little closer to the straight leg. Good. Let's come back up to hands. Drop the right knee down. Left toes slide to the back of the mat, calf stretch. So if the hands need to walk forwards, you can press. That's great. And then let those toes circle off the mat to the right. Gaze over right shoulder. So first the crossed one. There you go. So gaze over right shoulder to the toes. Outer hip stretching. Okay, circle it all the way off to the left. And then come up high. So once we're at the high kneeling place, left hand slides down the left leg, right hand up and over. And rising up. Let that foot slide in a little bit so that you can do that side lunge. Sink the weight as far over as feels good. You can use hands on the leg, floor block. Okay, returning back through the center, leg is straightened again. Lower down to elbows. Maybe scoot the elbows in if you need that, just that little bit more. Back to hands, the knee can drop down. When we take our downward facing dog, let the feet be a little bit wider, giving you more space. The hands plant, spreading it out. Lots of friction. Tuck the toes. Let the hips be the thing that leads you up to down dog. So hips reach nice and high. Let those legs have some length. You can always wiggle the knees out if that helps the legs feel a little bit looser in their tight spots. And then we'll start to wobble our way up to the top of the mat. When you get your feet underneath you, softly bend the knees, roll the spine up. Let's circle the arms up to the sky, a slight back bend. And hands down to heart. Beautiful. Let's place the big toes close, heels slightly separated. Hands at the heart. We're sitting back into fierce pose. So it's like we're about to go into a chair. Have the tailbone tuck under just a little bit. That helps that low back stay in a good spot. We'll do 3 rounds of Kegels, just the holding one. So counting down for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Number 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You can always drop hands to thighs if you need to. One more. Here's 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Release. Straighten the legs. Let's circle the arms back up to sky. Hands to heart. We're going to aim for a quad stretch. This is a balancing one, so if you need to go close to wall for balancing, that's fine. Try to grab your right hand and your right foot together behind your back. So yep, usable if you need. No pressure, no falls today. So if you don't feel the quad stretch right away, the two things you can do is pull the knee back a little bit or scoop the tailbone under again, like you're a dog tucking its tail. Good inhale. Exhale, release. Let's shift over to the second side. Make sure you feel it. So if the knee needs to go back a little bit or tailbone under, go for it. More good inhale. Exhale, good work, release. Back up to the top of mat. We're taking tree pose. Stand on left foot. The right knee rotates open. The kickstand version is going to be the easiest, or even separation. If you feel super wobbly today, that's the easiest. You could slip the foot up to ankle, calf, or sometimes thigh. Just depends on how you feel today. Just a couple of breaths. Try to feel yourself anchoring down at the same time that your spine is trying to lift up. Let the arms open out like balance beams. This right leg kicks back. It could be a low angle, easier, or a bit higher, harder. Soften the front knee, and then try to step super softly back behind you so that right foot's toward the back of the mat. Arms up to the sky, warrior one for a moment. Open up to the front door side, warrior two. Feel the hips rotate open with you. Extended side angle. We'll drop left elbow to left thigh. And this top arm stretches up and forward. Back up to warrior two. We'll reverse it. So now right hand to right leg, left hand up to the sky. And warrior two. Turn the toes open to the long edge of the mat. Toes open about 45-degree angle. We're already in a partial squat. Yeah, turn the toes out so that the knees are tracing in the same direction as the toes. You got it. So from here, with our inhales, we'll float the arms up and we'll try to sink the hips another inch lower. Exhales, come an inch higher, hands drop down. Inhale, arms up, sink lower. Exhale, rise up a little higher, arms down. Take another 3. 2. And 1. After that last one, bring hands to the inner knees and push the hips open as you lean your spine forward a little bit. It might feel nice to take a little twist, right shoulder dipping through the center. And left shoulder. Back through the center. Straightening the legs, turn the toes to face the long edge of the mat. And then we'll take a forward fold. You could use hands under the torso. You could use hands on the floor. Sometimes it's nice to even walk the hands forward. So it's almost like the upper body is just getting pulled long forward while the weight of the hips goes back. The hands walked away from center, walk them back in, and then bend the knees, roll the spine up. Front toes turn forward, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down to the ground on the inside of the front foot. Hop up onto those back toes and lower that back knee down. This is lizard pose. You can even scoot the left foot all the way to the left edge. With lizard pose, you can stay on hands the whole time. Sometimes it's nice to grab a block and slide it under an elbow, or sometimes going elbow to floor is possible. The big goal is just helping that hip open. Good inhale. Exhale. Shift the hips over the back knee. We'll take a half split. So walk that left foot back to the center of the mat. One hand on each side. You could use blocks or the floor. If you're doing half split, you'll just let yourself lean forward to an amount that feels good. Stretching the legs, not compressing belly. If anybody wants to go a little further by this point, you could walk the blocks further forward, scooting the foot further. Sometimes I'll even slip a block under the thigh so I can kind of sit on it. And then the other one's like a cane helping me balance off to the side. So that's, if you can go that deep though, so no pressure. Go 2 more breaths on this side. Inhale. Exhale. Slide that leg back underneath. Take another downward facing dog. Tuck toes. Let the hips lead us up. Yep, sips of water here. Good. Nothing wrong with that. When you're ready to walk your feet underneath you, bring it up to a good spot and then roll the spine up. Circling through the shoulders at the top. Hands down to heart. Take your time. Where you're good, let's try out the tree on the left leg. So the knee rotates open. You can always have the foot on the floor wider if you need. Balancing is okay on the leg. Bring it out. And it goes higher. The arms, kick the leg back. Maybe a low balance. Foot higher. Soften the front knee to step and land that foot. Warrior one. Easy jump. Warrior two. Rotate open to the side. Extended side angle. Right elbow to right thigh. The other arm stretches up and forward. The two. Reverse. Your two. Got it. So the toes are turning out. Let's find a decent spot. Maybe it's already higher, make it a little easier than before. When you're ready, inhale, the arms lift up. You sink a little lower. Exhale, arms down, rise a little higher. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Drop the hands to inner knees, press the hips open. If you like the twist, maybe left shoulder forward this time. And then right. Back through center. Straighten the legs. Turn the toes to point to the long edge of mat. Maybe as we drop down, hands choose the spot right under shoulders this time, maybe under block. Maybe walking forward again. Into that. Walk the hands in so we can bend the knees, roll the spine up. Front toes turn forward. Brief warrior 2, the knee bends, arms open. And then cartwheel the hands down to the ground on the inside of the front foot. Hop up onto the back toes and then set that knee down. This is again that lizard pose. Maybe the foot works its way a little wider. Maybe you've got a block under an elbow, sinking hips. Whatever amount feels good. Inhale. Exhale. Take yourself to kneeling. Slide. Oh, sorry. Splits first. Take that leg straight. Maybe wiggle it back to the middle of the mat. Maybe an easy lean forward. You want to scoot the foot any amount forward, that's also fine, whatever feels good. Beautiful inhale. Exhale. Let's swivel it back to kneeling. Both knees underneath us. This is puppy pose, so we leave the hips over the knees, but the arms walk forward. So this allows the heart to drop down. I'll usually either rest my forehead or sometimes flip my chin to be on the ground. This one's a good one for relieving some of the pressure in the low back. More inhale. And then exhale. Use the hands walking backward to guide you into a child pose. You'll need to do knees nice and wide so belly has lots of space. You can maybe rest forehead on ground or stack your palms to give the forehead something to rest onto. Up to a seated place. We'll either take the right leg in front, cross leg, or right shin on top, cross leg. Whatever feels better. And let there be a simple spinal twist over the right shoulder. Easy twist over left. Moving forward, hands on the floor in front, walking forward to an amount that feels good. Hands back in. Clasp hands behind the back. The shoulders try to pull back. And we lift the heart forward. Throat gently raises up. Release. Let's switch the legs out. Left is on top or in front. From here, twist over the left shoulder briefly. Right. Center. Walk forward. Walking back in. This time, let the spine stay tall, but chin drops to chest. If you need a little bit more stretch for the neck, clasp the hands and let them rest on the head. We're not pulling the head down, but we're weighing the head down. As we release the hands, the head comes back up. We'll start to settle into our Shavasana shape. My recommendation is this variation. If you prefer just to lay in a fetal position off to one side, that's fine. But with the stuff that we have, if you place one block tall and then the other block small with a little bit of separation in between, then you can set up the bolster like a little ramp. And then that gives you something very, very comfortable to lay back onto. Yep, so one is tall, one small, but the small one scooted in just a little bit. Okay. Awesome. So laying back, make sure head's comfortable. The feet for this one. So if you're closer one, if you bump it down one block height, it's right now on the medium, that's it. Yep. Good. So your feet position, you've got options. You can do straight legs, you can do cross leg, you can do cobbler's pose like we started with. There's lots of options. Just feel the one that feels good. I'll guide you into a brief meditation. So as you're laying back, allow yourself to send some of those wishes to baby again, especially now that our physical body feels like it's had a chance to move and work out some of the energy. Maybe the wishes we send feel like they're more energetic. Imagine here we're forming a bond with the baby such that it's like we're deciding right now we're a team. And as we visualize the birthing process, we're working together. Things going the best way imaginable. Imagine that color you chose for your heart space earlier, gold, silver, or maybe your favorite color. Imagine that spreading outward from your heart, surrounding you in a globe of that color. Stay here just a couple more minutes. So allow those inhales and exhales to be deep and full. So we're here just resting a few minutes longer. Okay, let's begin to deepen our inhales, our exhales. Allow there to be little movements to the body, maybe movements to fingers and toes, maybe little tiny wiggles to the spine. Starting to return back to this present moment. Eventually, we'll make our way up to a comfortable seated place. We'll work our hands to the floor beside us, pressing us gently up. Just a comfortable seated place. Let's place a hand on each knee. To mimic that globe we just created around ourselves, let's use an exhale to round our spine back. Circle through the right side. Inhale forward. Exhale back around. And then reverse. Inhale, going through left side. And around. Straightening back up. And inhale, circling arms up to sky. Exhale, hands down to the heart. So with this beautiful class, helping us feel good today, helping us feel more confident, more aligned. Let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. As we head forward, may we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.